You know, I think we should do a prequel to the Palisades wildfires.
Okay.
Kind of a how did we get here kind of a thing. Because before this wildfire, California, believe it or not, was very, very proud of their LA fire department. They thought that the Los Angeles Fire Department was the bee's knees. I mean, something that the rest of the country should indeed be emulating, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and play a clip, a sped up clip from this old Channel 4 News expose on the Los Angeles Fire Department.
Super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what?
Did you hear that?
3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
Right, in the fire department. Because if you have a 3-year plan in the fire department, it shouldn't be about like containing wildfires or improving response times. She has a 3-year plan to hire a shitload of Asians and tell white people to beat it. Congratulations.
Can't we just go back to the people willing to, like, no offense, firefighters are one of those where I don't care what color your skin is. Can you do the job? Do you want to do the job? Then you get to have the job.
Well, we found out he said some racially questionable things on Facebook. Has he ever let a black person burn to death inside their house willfully? No. Well, then he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be good. A lot of people just like to talk shit.
To increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I said, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You guys see a problem with no solution. Why are you trying to solve it?
And when you criticize it, people think you're criticizing, like, oh, you don't think minorities should be able to be firefighters. They should be firefighters all day long. But minorities should be firefighters because they're qualified for the job. They do a really good job, and they'd help the community. They've got a skill set that the community needs. Nobody should just be hired or fired because of the color of their skin. Shut up, Sam Show. That was preventative. I don't even know if he's here yet. But this idea that, like, oh, there's never enough diversity. It's like, that's technically kind of true if you think about it, because it shouldn't even really be considered.
Right.
There's never enough diversity because diversity for diversity's sake should never be the reason why you hire someone. By the way, terrible idea for me to bring this deck of cards down here. Because now I'm just playing with cards.
Yeah, and we've seen how bad that goes.
Actually, this might not be a bad idea. It's very soothing, as you were. This is kind of a nookie blankie for me.
Okay.
Let's continue on.
100 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting...
Install a fucking kitchen in the firehouse, am I right? Then we'll get a bunch of them. Hey, the fire department just got a subscription to the Lifetime Movie Club. I'll be there. I'll check it out, bro. Let's watch some Lifetime movies. They're fucking fire. Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't use that language here.
The best and brightest for the job.
They feel included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks...
Jesus Christ. And now these male firefighters leave home where their wife's like, I don't feel included enough. And then they got to go work at the fire hall where the women are like, how can we feel included more? Jesus Christ. Where can I go?
Meanwhile, none of the bitches can carry the hoses. I mean, it's
none of the hose can carry the bitches.
Ha ha.
Sorry. Finish your point. I had to interject with a hose and bitches pun because I'm so goddamn witty.
We're pretty good there. I think that we...
Oh, you're saying I succinctly made your point?
Yep.
Another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. Good. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
Oh, wow, great. Oh, my goodness. I was going to be so mad if the fire chief wasn't a lesbo.
Now I know why everything's flaming.
Choose the form of your destructor. Oh, LA flames. I get it. That's good. That's good. You guys got it.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that was an opportunity for me.
Wait, you're saying butch lesbians didn't think that the fire department was an option? What the hell are you going to do all day? I mean, come on. Come on. We got the James Woods, Alex Jones thing, and then I think we're done with wildfire coverage today. I empathize with James Woods. I feel bad for everybody who's losing their homes, but like the media's kind of leaning on this. Oh, look at these poor multi-millionaire celebrities who are losing their houses. And it's like,
it's not even they're losing their houses. Most of them are losing one of their houses.
right. Yeah. That's what I mean is I'm like, I mean, okay, that's shitty. It sucks. I'm not going to be a guy who's like, who cares? But like, is this supposed to tug at my heartstrings? Because I just feel like
we had to uproot our whole lives and flee the Palisades, and now we're just chilling comfortably in Vermont in our mansion. Yeah. For you.
Pacific Palisades are on fire and I lost my house. I had to head down the road to Malibu. I mean, it's really terrible. So this is James Woods. Oh, we got an ad first. This is James Woods talking about the wildfire. And like a lot of people did feel bad in this clip. But again, like, I think we should only interview people who are losing their only house in these fires. That would be a good general rule.
They are absolutely not out of danger at this hour. It is a very dynamic situation. One of the people who did evacuate yesterday is Dr. James Woods, who is in Beverly Hills. Thank you for...
There you go. Who's in Beverly Hills? There's only one person I want to hear from in Beverly Hills right now, and that's Jed Clampett and his family. That's it. Everyone else can fuck off.
Joining us. Talk to us. What have you seen?
Well, we were literally in the exact epicenter of the fire as it started. That's actually a view from my porch.
Well, hey, we've got James Woods here. Hey, James, look, it's all your life's things on fire.
That's a view from my porch.
What a nice thing for CNN to do. Like, hey, James, we want to talk to you about this really difficult fire. And he's like, oh, you on TV just showing my house burning to the ground.
That's my house burning, yeah.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
This
that's
is a video
house
you
one
shot.
below us on fire. Yeah.
Oh, it's not his house. It's the one below it.
My neighbor called and he said a fellow named Robert Treeteller was about 5 houses up. You have to understand the Palisades is a...
You say Robert Treeteller? Well, if he's a tree teller, tell those trees to be more fire resistant.
He obviously wasn't listening to those trees telling him that they were on fire.
Yeah. I wish Tree Teller would have talked to Tree Listener. Good God, man.
They're very, almost like an old-fashioned...
If your name is Tree Teller, what are you doing talking to me? Go talk to the trees. Jesus.
Neighborhood sidewalks, all the neighbors know each other. We all have each other's phone numbers. And
all right, we get it. You live in a white neighborhood. All right, let's get to the point.
People are very aware that we're in a fire zone. And in fact, I had said day before yesterday, to my wife, Sarah, I said, oh, that guy on the hillside hasn't cut down his grass. They got to cut down that brush because there's going to be a fire. And that's the person who didn't cut that brush was the person, that fire you're looking at right now. That's my...
Hilarious.
You know who you might want to give that message to, buddy? His name's Gavin Newsom. I don't know if you've heard of him. He runs the state.
James Woods, by the way, played a superhero in the TV show South Park. Did you know that?
He did? What was the superhero?
Fucking Captain Hindsight. My neighbor should have cut down his grass. If he would have cut down his grass, then the fire wouldn't have gone through so quickly. Thank you, Captain Hindsight. No problem. No problem.
Do you understand the curse it is to have perfect 20/20 hindsight?
That's true. You know how terrible it would be to be Mr. Tree Teller, where you're like, you can talk to the trees? Because if you could talk to the trees right now, you tap into that, all you're hearing from the trees is, ow! Oh my God! Ow!
I'm dying!
Snigger Niggardly writes, Tree Teller. Oh, this is bad. Do you know what's coming?
No.
Snigger Niggardly writes, Tree Teller. Where's Tree Pen?
Home run, Jefferson. Go to break.
Oh.
You have no idea how much I love that one.
Penn Jillette's the one that talks, though, so Tree Teller never says anything.
Yeah, Tree Teller's silent as all hell. Tree Penn is the one who goes, there's a wildfire out there, and we need to be doing brush clearing, you stupid assholes. You're right. We do need Tree Penn in situations like that. You know, you guys can sit here and criticize me all you want, but like with shit like that, you deserve me. You all deserve what I give you on a daily basis with bullshit like that. We are 3:10 away from today. Let's make it move a little bit. We started off today with a solid 35 to kick it off. Thank you very much. Let's go on a rally and get under $200 by 8 o'clock. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Thank you kindly. Anybody who throws in $100 from now on, there's no limit to this, by the way. Anybody who throws in $100 to the toe is getting an autographed copy of Twister. Thank you, Sean, as a thank you for a $100 donation. All right. So this is Alex Jones telling us about insurance policies in California that have been canceled just before the wildfires. Let's listen to old Alex on this one. Alex needs to redeem himself because people were giving him a bunch of shit.
Because he's an Elon sympathizer.
Yeah, he was an Elon simp for all of Twitter's new positivity guidelines. Basically the shadow banning of negativity.
Exploded in all the key wealthiest areas that happen to border poor areas where the elites want to get the property, just like Lahaina in Maui a few years ago. People started saying, hey, we all got our insurance canceled the last 2 months. Others said, no, it happened 3 months ago, 4 months ago. But James Woods, who lives in the area, his house almost burned down. There's footage of that. In fact, it was almost burning down this morning. Who knows if it's even there now? Came out and said, actually, one of the major insurance companies canceled all the policies in our neighborhood about 4 months ago.
Think about it. So now you have these theories out there that Gavin Newsom is going to work with BlackRock to sell all of this land, all of this real estate off to BlackRock. It's going to make it a lot easier when the homeowners who lose their homes in these wildfires don't have insurance policies.
Right. Now they can't get their homes back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of these people have, they have the money. If they want to rebuild, they can. But a lot of these people, like Alex said, the people who live in the shadow of these neighborhoods, those are the kind of the working class people. And if they've had their insurance canceled, they can't afford to just cash on hand rebuild. They're going to have to sell their land and walk away for whatever they get. And right after a wildfire, I can't imagine you're getting too much. So who's going to swoop in and buy up all this land? BlackRock. You're going to have these multinational corporate. If this ends up happening, it's going to be hard to look at it and not say, Gavin Newsom let this happen.
Dude, I would have trouble believing Gavin Newsom didn't let this happen if it goes down at all. And on top of that, it's more of why are we letting companies buy like people's private property? Like, I don't like this idea that, okay, so we're just going to clear all these people out and we'll just let BlackRock come in and buy it at a steal, and then they're going to turn around and make homes that people can't afford that they have to rent or.
Well, that's why Democrats frustrate me so much, is because we really do need them. Like we need them to be like Democrats. We don't need them to be fucking DEI lefty commies. We need them to be Democrats where they're like, let's look out for the working class guy. What's a way we can look out for the working class guy? How about we ban multinational hedge funds from buying up single family properties and jacking up the price and reinforcing high prices in the real estate market? That would be a good start. Nope, we're too busy with DEI and making sure that, drag queens can read the children and stupid shit that doesn't matter. That's the thing about liberals that really pisses me off, is like you'll make those arguments that, get the fuck out of the libraries, stop with the bathroom shit, this and that. They'll be like, this is just such a small issue. Why are you even complaining about it? And we're like, exactly. That's our point. Don't steal my point. That's my point. This is small potatoes. This is nonsense. Why don't you guys focus on something where you can actually help and it matters? Like BlackRock can't buy houses. Nope. Don't want to.
And the insurance companies are owned by the private central banks. They're the ones that make the decisions with the policies through the governments not to trim the trees, not to cut fire breaks. They run the governments. They're the most powerful. They tell them don't release the water. They've been fine tweaking this industrial espionage sabotage.
Oh my God, Alex Jones is starting to look like our radio buddy Matt Wood.
Oh dear Lord.
Alex Jones and Matt Wood are starting to look alike. By the way, thank you, Jeremy, for the $5. He says thumbs up on your take on Alex Jones. Thank you, buddy. We are 305 away from today's goal, and Jeremy is now at 109. He's just $26 behind Wally World for first place.
Dr. Evil type crap.
Dr. Evil. I will only let you cut down the brush for $1 million. Holy shit. This has got to be serious.
At this level in the key areas that burn down. And the insurance companies are part of the central banks, part of the New World Order. They've got all their battle plans. People are in mass. Because you could argue, okay, maybe they didn't use a weather weapon to steer those hurricanes into Florida and the South right before the election. But FEMA sure did stand down and sure didn't give aid to white people or Trump supporters. And then Trump supporters said it was happening. And then we got the internal FEMA videos and orders. And
I mean, again, sometimes Alex goes off on rants and you go, that sounds crazy. But, and Patrice O'Neill used to say this about Alex too. He goes, but there's always the fuck you, look it up.
Yeah. And in this case, he ain't lying.
No. I mean, look it up. You want Alex is crazy. Yes, correct. People have to stop arguing against that point. Alex is crazy. Alex is out of his mind. But just because someone's out of their mind doesn't mean you can't look up what they're saying and find out it's true. This is actually, and this is kind of the gross part about where we're at, is that if this was a coordinated effort to allow this to happen between Gavin Newsom, the insurance companies, and multinational hedge funds, it would make a lot more sense as to why this happened.
Yeah.
Because just sitting there and not clearing brush and not clearing fire breaks and not irrigating the area and doing it looks like such malfeasance. You would think that the entire city of Los Angeles, when they have meetings, just sits there and drools into bowls. But at least if you go, no, Aaron, it was a sinister plot between Gavin Newsom, the insurance companies, and BlackRock to scoop up land on the cheap like they did in Maui after the wildfires, then at least you go, oh, well, it makes sense why they've been so derelict in their duty. But if you just go, oh, no, they're all just useless and they suck at their job, you're like, wow, that's even more depressing. Like, there's something about an evil plot to convert billions of dollars in real estate into corporate holdings that somehow makes me feel better.
Well, because then there's at least a method to the madness. Otherwise, It's just ineptitude. But no, I think it is deliberate, in my opinion. I feel like the best meme would be the California's burning and you got Gavin Newsom just spraying lighter fluid on it.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't water? My bad.
And then people got in trouble that were mid-level and said, I was ordered to do it. Here's the documents. Don't blame me. Well,
that is the funny part. Like, he's right about the Hurricane Helene shit.
Yep.
They were like, hey, because what is it? They were telling people if they have Trump signs in their yard, don't help them because there might be tension.
There might be tension. They could be combative. They might not. They might be disgruntled.
And then people were calling that out, and they're like, hey, we're not getting any help because we're Trump supporters. And then instead of going like, that's ridiculous, that's stupid, a lot of the mid-level people were going, no, it's not my fault. I'm not saying you shouldn't help Trump supporters. Here's my superior. They told me not to. So, like, that's the best part about the Hurricane Helene shit is everyone was just ratting on each other.
Because everyone wanted to be innocent.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, it's not me. It's not me, guys. I'm the good one. I just followed the orders.
Right. Well, that's the Abu Ghraib stuff when we were torturing prisoners. That's what they did, too. They were like, no, it was my commanding officer. And the commanding officer's like, no, it was this guy at the Pentagon. And the guy at the Pentagon's like, no, it was Rumsfeld. And Rumsfeld's like, fuck you, I'm leaving. Like, that's the way it worked.
You shouldn't follow illegal orders. You should have gone public. But the point is, yeah, you're not as guilty as your bosses. But with that, you can still speculate. Yeah, they got weather weapons, but maybe it wasn't. You can't speculate when they won't cut down the brush for decades and they won't let water be released from the giant mountain reservoirs when everybody makes a huge deal about it for years. Trump made a deal about it 5 years ago to Newsom. So do we. And they do, and you can't cover up pulling the insurance or Biden parking Air Force One there and saying no aircraft for, ongoing to help anybody.
Is that true? Is that a real thing?
I don't know. That's the first I'm hearing of it.
You park Air Force. Well, I understand, like, if Air Force One is parked somewhere, you don't let planes fly in that area.
Right.
If that's true, what a fucking asshole.
And James Woods is confirming it. Actually, one of the major insurance companies canceled all the policies in our neighborhood about 4 months ago. So see, it's not just people talking about it. It's all being documented. We'll get into this when we come back. All right, as these giant fires exploded in all the key wealthiest areas that happen to border poor areas where the elites want to get the property, just like Lahaina in Maui.
Yeah, because like James Woods can rebuild.
Right.
But a lot of his neighbors can't.
A few years ago, people started saying, hey, we all got our insurance canceled the last 2 months. Others said, no, it happened 3 months ago, 4 months ago. But James Woods, who lives in the area, his house almost burned down. There's footage of that. In fact, it was almost burning down this morning. Who knows if it's even there now?
Yeah, it's a repeat? You heard that.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so BlackRock can just go. We got the gist of it. So BlackRock can go scoop up this land on the cheap, sell houses at market prices, or rent them out at market prices and just make a fucking boatload of money on the whole deal.
It should be illegal.
Should be, but when the people who are enforcing the laws are in on it, Los Angeles Irrigation Delta Smelt. Trump blames Newsom protecting hey, bro, Trump brought up the Delta Smelt.
Fuck yeah.
I fucking look at great minds think alike.
Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump has slammed California's response to the fire.
Oh, shit,
That's
hold
right.
on.
In a post on his Truth Social platform.
Give me a sec. They want me to, I got to let them play ads. I'm going to turn off my ad blocker.
President-elect Donald Trump
I already fucking did, asshole. To the God damn it. Can we try this again, please?
One more time.
One more time.
Yeah, because now it's loading an ad.
Now it's loading an ad, yeah. Hey, Restream. I'm using Restream. Preaching to the choir.
President-elect Donald Trump has slammed California's response to the fires.
That's right. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump accused Governor Gavin Newsom of blocking water from flowing to parts of California affected by the wildfires.
Is Trump posting on Truth Social when he has his Twitter back the equivalent of Gretchen Wieners trying to make fetch happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop trying to make Truth Social happen, buddy.
And prioritizing fish over people. ABC 10's Luke Clary has the details.
You remember, though, like George W. Bush? Remember when he said that he believes that fish and people can coexist?
Yeah. But I don't know if I really would use that as your role model.
Okay, fair enough.
As crews struggle to contain the fires raging in Southern California, the governor coming under fire from the incoming president.
That's really hard to do. I mean, coming under fire, I mean, it's
a lot of pressure.
The ability to focus. You got to
Dude,
give
I'd
the
be
guy.
coughing from the smoke.
Oh, man.
Just
Can't
maintain a steady rhythm.
I'll tell you this, coming under fire seems like an inappropriate time to do so. I think you could be labeled.
I don't know. If you could shoot a big enough load, would it douse a flame?
I just feel like you could be labeled a coomer for doing that. Like if you're just like, now it's not the like of all the times to do this. Now, no. Let's practice retention at this point.
In a Truth Social post, Trump said the governor, quote, refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snowmelt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California, including the areas that are currently burning in a virtually apocalyptic way. We showed the post to the director of the UC Davis Center for Watershed Sciences and law professor Kerrigan Burke.
Right.
Did Governor Newsom refuse to sign a specific water restoration declaration, and does such a policy or document even exist?
I have a prediction. they're going to use some mealy-mouthed fucking technicality here to make Trump look like an asshole when Trump is doing that thing where you're like, all right, I may not be speaking surgically here, but you know what I'm talking about and you know what you did. You know, they're going to be like, well, there's no specific declaration that's called a watershed declaration. Okay. Technicalities aside, did he have a chance to bring water down from the mountains and he didn't? Yes. Okay, then shut up.
There's nothing like that. There's nothing that exists. It's true that Governor Newsom has resisted the last Trump administration's efforts to change how water was managed.
Then that's what he's talking about.
Then yes, the answer is yes, you lying sack of shit. God, I hate these people. This fucking crap of, oh, no, Donald Trump's lying his ass off and just, we didn't do it. No, you guys deliberately manufactured that. This is why the fucking state deserves this. The entire state should be up in arms right now going, Gavin Newsom should be on a spit in this fire after everything he's done. But no, they're all going, no, we did everything we could, and this horrible Trump, how dare he blame poor Gavin Newsom for all of the work he's done. Like, no, he literally kind of dried out your place and set it on fire.
Literally just went, no, that doesn't exist. Although Gavin Newsom did resist that trying to happen. It's like, that's what he said. That's what Trump just said. I gotta watch that again. That whole exchange is fucking classic.
Watershed sciences and law professor Kerrigan Burke. Did Governor Newsom refuse to sign a specific water restoration declaration? And does such a policy or document even exist?
There's nothing like that. There's nothing
like that. All right? There's nothing like that. There's nothing.
So Gavin Newsom, obviously, if something like that existed, would have worked on it then, right?
Right. There's nothing Gavin Newsom had an option to do to change the way water flows in LA.
That exists. It's true that Governor Newsom has resisted the last Trump administration's efforts to change how water was managed in the Delta.
That's what he's talking about.
And I don't know, sir, considering the apocalyptic hellscape your state has now become, could we maybe say that, oh, I don't know, that was a bad idea?
Yeah. Could we see all this water? Could we move that shoreline back like 2 feet so that the entire city doesn't burn to the ground? That'd be sweet. Look at this, Johnny. What color is all this right here?
It looks green.
It's pretty green. What color is all this shit back here?
I'd say dirt brown.
Yeah. Could we maybe move some of, because this seems like ridiculously green to the point where we have puddles.
Right. Swampland. Right.
Yeah. Could we take some of this and maybe move it over here? Like, this is what bothers me about Newsom in California is all these guys talk about how we're all so dumb and they're all so smart and we should listen to them. And it's like, you can say borderline Down syndrome shit and it makes more sense than what they're doing. Like, you could hand like a crayon to a Down syndrome kid and be like, hey, how would you fix the problem that they're having in California? You go, take all the water right here and then move all the water to over there, and then all that stuff over there will be green. You'd be like, holy shit, Corky, you've done it. Gavin Newsom could talk to a guy with a 50 IQ. And you could talk to a guy with a fucking bone through his nose who's a witch doctor in Ghana. The mayor of L.A. could have brought a Ghanaian witch doctor back with her, and she would be like, what you all need to do is you all need to take this water over here, and you need to take the water over here, and you need to move the water over here. Oh, really, Dr. Chakra? Because we would have thought you would have done a rain dance or some weird shit. No, this is basic science. You just take the water here and you move it to where there is no water.
But excuse me, you're forgetting about the Delta smelt. I don't know if you realize this. It's a very important fish.
There's a fish. Yes, in my village, a fish would be very important. It could feed many people. What kind of fish are we talking about?
It's a minnow. It's a tiny fish.
It's a minnow,
smaller than a sardine.
But it provides a lot of meat for the people.
No, not at all. In fact, it's a low-level food source for some aquatic creatures in the ecosystem.
I do not get this. What are you white people doing? Why do you... And why is that man with a beard have a brassiere on and reading to children in the library? Why have you not moved this water over to where the brown grass? Why is all the green grass under the water and all of the brown grass does not have any water, but that thing with a beard is reading to my child?
This is why the gods are punishing you.
This is a curse upon your people. It's just funny that you could bring in any third world dipshit and they would just go, why do you have way too much water over here and then no water over here? This really seems like the crux of your problem. And nobody can nail down my accent. Am I in sub-Saharan Africa or am I in the Caribbean? It's like Aaron doesn't know how black people talk. But I know that the water here would be very useful over here.
Well, to know how they talk, you'd have to talk to them. I get it.
That's a good point.
But there's no document like what he's the past president's referring to.
Newsom also responding saying, quote, there is no such document as the Water Restoration Declaration.
Okay, but that's a technicality. You're taking... Gavin McInnes actually said this about Trump once. It was a great point. He goes, people who support Trump take him seriously, they just don't take him literally. Whereas the people who hate him don't take him seriously, but they take him literally. Like, Trump talks the way all of us talk. He goes, you know, the thing that you didn't do, the fucking thing. And then, but the media goes, is there a proposal called the thing? And they're like, no, Trump's lying. There is no proposal called the thing. And it's like, but you know the thing that he's talking about.
That is pure fiction. The governor is focused on protecting people, not playing politics, and making sure firefighters have all the resources they need.
Right, like glitter.
Except water.
Yeah.
Look, we need to make sure these firefighters have all the resources we need. Gavin, the pumps are dry. Well, there's this whole thing with the Delta Smelt, and I didn't want to do anything about it. But don't make it political.
We're here to make sure the firefighters have everything they need. Why is all the water over where the trees are? Why is all the grass where there is burning is brown, but all of the water is puddling up, and it really seems like the green grass areas have more water than they actually need.
And the worst part about all this is, do people remember last spring how after I don't know how long of a huge drought that area went through, they got hit with like a deluge of just rainfall and stuff, and everyone thought, hey, reservoirs would be filled back up, all this great stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't move any of that water down there because, oops-a-doodles, wouldn't want to.
The Smelt have too much water to drink. They're going to be gaining water weight.
Trump also said Newsom prioritized what he called a worthless fish over people's needs, resulting in water shortages for firefighting and other uses.
Fucking A! Another win for the toe! What did the toe tell you? The toe told you Delta Smelt.
Stupid Delta Smelt.
Stupid Delta Smelt. You're like, I don't know. Aaron might be full of shit. He might not be that smart. Very next day, President... Oh my God, Johnny.
Donald Trump watches the steel.
Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is a toe boy.
Well, I feel like for the president, we have to call him a toe man. He is a toe man.
Mr. Toe Boy.
Mr. Toe Boy.
Uh-oh. My Stream Deck doesn't work. I'm hitting my Kevin Brennan. Wow. And
did you update your Stream Deck yet?
Oh, fuck.
Fair
enough. All right, let's finish this story. I'm vindicated. The president is a toe boy.
The fish Trump is referring to, the Delta Smelt, is a small fish about 4 inches long, and the Sacramento River was one.
Hey, who says that's small?
Anybody who's honest.
Shut up.
It's teeming with them, but in recent years, wildlife officials haven't been able to catch any living in the wild.
Because they're 4 inches long. They go right through your nets. Wait.
So wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. I think you're going to say the same thing I'm going to say.
How does the water changing, like, if the fish ain't fucking, that doesn't oh, well, we need more water. No, it's not really how that works.
Dirty brown pond water is an aphrodisiac in my country. So if you have enough of the dirty brown water, the fish will fucking eat.
Do we have any evidence that there's anything to do with human involvement on the smelt decline? Like, sometimes populations of species of animals die out. It has happened before.
Sorry, Kiwi. Sorry, Dodo Bird. You guys just stopped fucking. I mean...
No, actually, they were just too dumb.
Yeah.
When you just walk up and club them in the face and eat them.
Yeah, it's just like, why you go up to get a dodo bird and you're like, would you run or something?
The worst part is he's standing right next to his friend. You bash his friend's skull in, and then he looks at you like, hey, what are we doing now? You're like, well, I'm going for number 2.
Yeah, it's not like you can save a species when they stare you right in the eye. You bash their friend's head in, and they lick the head wound and go, oh, is Steve sleeping? Why did you make Steve take a nap? Is it nap time?
Professor Berg said.
Meanwhile, you got like smart animals.
Of course, this asshole.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have smart animals like seals and shit see orcas coming, like, oh, we're fucked. And they're left
diving on boats like, save me.
Don't let him. He'll fuck me first.
Which is weird because that's what the sea lions will do, given half the chance. It's weird. Why? What is it with aquatic creatures and getting really R-wordy? Dolphins, whales, sea lions. It's like every aquatic creature. It's like once they assert dominance, they're going to...
If the Delta Smelt had half the sex drive as a dolphin, we could be irrigating water into these wildfires. God. You lost your house in L.A. You go down, you find the Delta Smelt. You look at a male and a female, go, why don't you two have sex with each other?
Says without environmental controls to protect them, the Delta Smelt are a small part of the state's water policy.
Booty hooty hooty hoo. Why'd your house burn down? Over 4 inches? Enough about your wife's affair. Oh, no, I meant the smelt. I apologize.
Even if we didn't have the Delta Smelt in there, we'd only be able to increase diversions by about 15, maybe 10% on average to the river.
Yeah, so hey, those of you who have lost your homes and they all burned down, don't worry. We only could have put a little water in there to try and stop it. So, who gives a shit, right?
We could have done a little bit of preventative work here by making things, more lush and hydrated, and a little bit of preventative work here by clearing brush and stuff. And all of these little things might have done something, or we could sit on our ass and go, don't play politics.
Yeah. Mad Joe, with maybe the best super chat of the day, $2.99 from Mad Joe. He writes, smelted. We're not felted in California. They're smelted.
Rest of the state. I want to be real clear. There's no tie between the Delta Smelt and the fires that are burning in LA right now.
Yes, there are. Yes, there are.
There is.
You just said it. You just said why the Delta Smelt are connected to the wildfires. 10 to 15% more water diversion. That would have made a difference. That would mean there would be a few less dry hydrants that they're tapping.
There have been reports of firefighters running out of water.
The Delta Smelt has nothing to do with this. It's only about 15% deviation. There have been reports of firefighters running out of water. Yes, the smelt has nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing.
The only reason you should see a scenario like this is because Anakin and fucking Obi-Wan are about to have a lightsaber duel. Like, that should be the only time you see this much flame and fire and sparks.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high smelt.
You were the chosen one. You were supposed to irrigate Los Angeles, not lead it into darkness. I have done what I've done for my empire. Gavin, my oath is to the Delta Smelt, to democracy. By the way, people can criticize the prequels all they want. You cannot say that Ewan McGregor didn't put that motherfucker on his back and carry it as hard as he could.
Oh, yeah. That's the only reason the thing worked.
Ewan McGregor is the only reason that you can say that the third movie in the prequels is a salvageable, decent film.